What is going on, my One Piece fans? It's Mr. Morphetto, and today I want to talk about some One Piece with y'all. I want to talk about Enies Lobby. Am I saying Enies right? E-N-I-E-S Lobby. This is basically the big second half of Water 7 in a lot of ways. It's kind of like a conclusion to that huge setup. This is actually my part 1 review of Enies Lobby. I am not all the way done just yet, but I reached a certain point where I feel is a good stopping point for me to start discussing this. I broke up my Water 7 review into 2 parts, and I really enjoyed that because I feel like I get a lot more out of it. These chapters are so long. Or not chapters, these arcs are so long and they're so thick with information. It's kind of hard to not miss things, even when you're breaking it up into 2 parts. And it also makes my videos not an hour long, and it also doesn't take 1,000,000 hours to upload. So that is my reasoning for breaking this up. So let's dive right in. I mean, where we left off in the Water 7 arc, Nico Robin took off and decided to go along with the CP9 and bounce with Blueno, I think his name is. The dude with the door fruit. He showed up and kicked Sanji and Sniper King's ass pretty easily. Yeah, that happened. And last arc, Water 7, has to be one of my favorite thus far. It's still not my number 1 favorite. My favorite has to be the Arlong Park arc, and I'm sure it will change eventually, but still to this day, the Arlong Park arc is dear to my heart. So let's figure this out. We kick off Nico Robin in chapter 375 is discussing with Franky why she does not want to go with the Straw Hats and that she is just the worst, and if she hangs out with the Straw Hats eventually they'll die and she really cares about them. But one of the big things Franky says is existing is not a crime. And what I'm getting from these damn CP9, and I said this earlier during my Water 7 review, that it's weird that it's not super weird, but the pirates are technically supposed to be the bad guys, but really the world government is so corrupt, deeply corrupt, and especially in this first part of Enies Lobby, I've learned a lot about their corruption and how they won't even allow historians, archaeologists to discover the past. There's like 100-year gap in history that they're not allowed to look up or figure out what happened because they're afraid of some weapons that supposedly are within these historical documents, these slabs of rock that cannot be broken. Either way, the crew, they get back together. First off, Yokozuna the Frog joins the team. Luffy and him get a little bit of a tiff, but he joins the squad, and he seems like a tough dude since he knocked the damn train off the tracks. That seems pretty tough for any person, any shape or size, especially a giant frog. And he's not even that big. He's maybe 10 Luffys put together. That's what I'm getting from this picture here. But they don't have to worry too much about being off the track because Nami says she's a navigator and she'll get them back in line. Eventually, they get as in CP9, Franky, and Nico Robin, they arrive at Enies Lobby, and it's really funny because Franky bites one of the Navy men in the head for some reason. You got to think that he's got an iron grip with that jaw of his, being a cyborg and whatnot. I gotta know. I wonder if Lukia, whatever his name is, the leader of the CP9, the dude that can change into a jaguar. Is his bird dangerous? I haven't really seen his bird do anything of danger, but his bird stays with him. I thought maybe the bird was just part of his disguise, but he keeps the bird with him. The bird even gets his own jacket that matches his own. Luki, I don't know. I'll get it down more when I hear it a little bit more in the anime. Either way, they arrive at Enies Lobby. It's this huge place. From what I understand, it's in front. It's like this giant courthouse, basically, filled with Navy men, and then behind it is like the gates to a crazy prison. And when you basically no one has ever come to this courthouse, Enies Lobby, and left not guilty. They've always turned out guilty, and one of the reasons is the jury is a group of fucking pirates that are in the prison, and they just want to see other people suffer like they are. It doesn't seem like the right thing to do. I wonder if eventually we're going to see a court hearing where they decide that someone isn't guilty. Like if Luffy gets arrested, and then like some of the people on the jury are people that we recognize, like Crocodile or Arlong, that cat guy. From way back in East Blue days. I wonder if they're going to be like on the jury for Luffy, and maybe that, after they've realized they've changed their ways, maybe because of their fight with Luffy and the Straw Hats, and maybe they decide Luffy's not guilty, and that's one of the ways he gets away. That'd be kind of interesting. I'm not sure, but that'd be something I could see happening, since they did mention the fact that the jury would be made up of prisoners in this prison that's behind Enies Lobby. And I kind of have a hard time seeing these giant gate doors that supposedly hold this prison, at least in the pictures in the manga. It also is interesting that Enies Lobby, the courthouse castle, is like on this floating island held up by one strip of earth. I feel like that thing could fall. I mean, with the destruction the Straw Hats have done, with just swords or kicks or punches, I feel like they could just smash that and it would just fall to nothingness. Okay, that's what I was thinking. The poneglyphs are the thing that are around the One Piece world that tell the history of this place, of One Piece, of the Grand Line, of the 100 years of forgotten history. And that's pretty interesting. And I'm starting to get, at first I did not give a shit really too much about it. I just wanted to see what Luffy and Zoro and Sanji was up to. But now I'm really starting to feel like there's some kind of cover-up that's been going on for like 800 years. That's just like this secret little story happening behind the scenes that I feel like Luffy wouldn't give two craps about either. So CP9, they make their arrival. They finally show up. They've got the douchebag with the weird half mask thing that Frankie kicked his ass for, the dude that killed Tom. And he's basically super stoked. He got Nico Robin. He's got Frankie. He's also got a couple other members of CP9 that we meet. Kamodori, this dude with this Asian-style face paint. And he keeps saying that he's going to cut his stomach open because he's so ashamed. And another guy named Jabra, CP9 Master of the Six Powers. They're all Masters of the Six Powers. So I don't know why they all have to say that they're Masters of the Six Powers. This guy kind of had this weird jabra, had this weird like long stretched out mustache and a ponytail. And then there's this Fukuro fella, master of the six powers, with a zipper for a mouth. I am curious to what that has to do with his fighting style. Why he has a zipper? Did they put it on him so he wouldn't keep leaking confidential secrets? I don't know, because he does say something like, I went and blabbed our assassination plot all over town. Is that supposed to mean something? Maybe I misunderstood it. Does he just say things he's not supposed to say, and that's why he's got a zipper on his lips? I'm not sure. Like I said, this is my part 1 review, and I'm learning about these fellas as we go. Luffy and the Straw Hats are right behind them. They eventually pick up Sniper King, Sanji, and Sanji, and Luffy doesn't realize that Sniper King is Usopp, which is pretty funny, and I kind of expected that happening. Same with Chopper. They both don't know who this guy is. And I love that he says Sniper Island is in your heart. I think that's pretty funny. I did finally get to see the Sniper King intro song thing that happened in the anime, and I thought that was hilarious. And it really sold me on the Sniper King, to be honest. Sniper King is in a lot of ways better than Usopp. And I know they're two separate people, so I would say if they need to get a new sniper on the crew, maybe they should hire this fella instead of getting Usopp back down the line. That's my theory. They should hire this guy, get him on the crew. Then they have someone who's always wearing a mask, and you're always wondering, what's his face look like? Kind of like Kakashi from Naruto. What's his face look like? We'll never know. And that's the mystery. And then maybe in the final chapters of One Piece, he'll take his mask off, and we'll know who the real Sniper King is, and maybe we'll find out where the real Sniper Island is. I know it's in your heart, but maybe there's a deeper meaning to that. I also like that everybody else, Zoro, Nami, even the Square sisters, all realize that Usopp is the Sniper King. And I think that's hilarious. I love that they want his autograph. Chopper and Luffy want his autograph. Very funny. I am very excited to see this guy fight more and more. He seems much more confident with this mask on. I am very interested in the fact that we have a huge battle coming between the CP9 and the Straw Hats. And it seems like they're really setting up Nami as a fighter in this arc. Like, she gets a new, almost country-style outfit, a lot of midriff, and she's got a more updated staff that Usopp fixed up before he left the crew. And you know, now that the staff, her new weapon, and I know she's been shown to use the staff, and I've complained before that the staff doesn't make a whole lot of sense. How did Usopp come up with this thing that can make heat and cold and control the weather, or at least make like thunder and lightning storms? It doesn't make a whole lick of sense. But to be fair, not a whole lot of One Piece is realistic. And it's just a big adventure of fun and crazy giants and fishmen and sky islands and whatnot. So I can't get too crazily in depth with my logic here. But it does make more sense. The weapon makes more sense now that it's been upgraded with some dials. And I almost feel like they shouldn't have given her this weapon until after Skypiea, because I feel like her having this mystical weather staff makes more sense coming from Skypiea, because Skypiea is full of things that we don't understand, that the world of the Blue Sea wouldn't comprehend. I would be able to believe that more than before, when Usopp kind of invented the staff with thumbtacks and paper clips and chewing gum. I don't know. I know he's an inventor and he does his best, but I can't imagine him being able to make a weapon that can make heat, cold, and lightning. I don't know. It was kind of a goofball weapon originally, and it's definitely been updated for sure. But either way, the Straw Hats show up at Enies Lobby. They finally show up, and Luffy decides to say, screw the plan, and just jumps right in and just starts kicking ass and taking names, which is hilarious because it's happened multiple times, probably every arc. They've talked about a plan where they're going to do one thing or the other, and Luffy just decides, okay, that's cool, I'm just going to run in and start fighting, throwing punches. And he does. He shoots off using his gum rocket, starts punching people in the face, starts getting as far as he can, throwing kicks, throwing gum pistols, gum everything, gamu, whatever you want to call it. He's going buck wild. And at the same time, the rest of the Straw Hats are hanging back for 5 minutes so that the Franky family, Polly, and the remaining members of Galley-La are taking out some of the weaker members of the Navy for them so they can get right on by. Basically, they want the Straw Hats to save their energy so they can fight the CP9, is what I got from that. And that makes a whole lot of sense, and it definitely gives me those vibes of the Arlong Park arc. Not necessarily this giant war that's happening here, or at least the hints of a giant war. But the idea of each member of the Straw Hats all getting a one-on-one fight. I guess it happens a lot more than just the Arlong Park arc. It happened also with the crocodile, with the Baroque Works fellas, but this one, I'm very excited to see them all break up and go one-on-one with these superhumans, the CP9, with their 6 powers. I want to see how Nami is going to hold up against them. I want to see Sanji and Zoro, of course, just kick ass and take names like they usually do. One of my favorite parts of Luffy beating the shit out of all these Navy men who just are fodder and weak as shit and have no chance against him. He wraps himself around one of the members of the Marines and does a gum ally robot and starts making him throw punches for him. And the rest of the Navy can't attack Luffy because he's controlling a member of them because he's wrapped up like a snake around this dude's limbs and using him to punch and kick opponents. And he's like, ally robot punch, ally robot kick, ally robot. It's so funny. And the Navy thinks they got him, and they go to swing at Luffy's back. He jumps off, they slash the dude in the back. Luffy stands on their head and then bashes their head together, very Three Stooges style. Luffy keeps going on through, doing his gum helicopter kick, gum jumps, opening doors, knocking their shit in. And at the same time, the Navy's trying to get hold of the director. I wish I could remember his damn name. The leader of the CP9, and he has his phone off the hook. There's a point where they mention that his snail phone comes off the hook a couple times, and I'm wondering, is it Nico Robin pulling the phone off the hook with her little hand, her hand fruit gimmick? Is she pulling the phone off the hook over and over again? Because at some point he thinks that only 5 members of the Navy got hurt, but really they're all getting their ass kicked. And what I also love is the Franky family is also in a lot of ways far superior to most of the Navy men. Like, they don't even stand a chance. Paulie is a badass with his rope tacks. He's punching people with ropes. He's tying people up with ropes. He's swinging people around with ropes. Like I said before, I would not be mad if Paulie was our future carpenter or shipwright of the Straw Hats. I do know for sure it is Frankie going forward, but I'm not hating this Paulie guy. I'm not hating him. I would like to know in the comments, would you guys have been mad if Paulie was the new member of the Straw Hat crew instead of Frankie, and Frankie stayed behind? Because I don't think I would. I like him. He's a good guy. They're kicking ass, taking names. The Galley-La showing them up. So they run into some giants, right? Kashi and Omi. Or Momo. These gatekeeper dudes that were sleeping. They wake them up. They're blocking the way. Straw Hats still haven't even left the ship yet. These guys are dangerous. They are they're legitimate giants, like the ones we met, the Elbath giants, type giants, and they're kicking their asses until we bring in a group of people. They bring the top diggity dogs in, the square-haired sisters, the Galley-La, and the giant, those giant freaking seahorses that the Franky family brought with them, and they are able to take them down one at a time, which is interesting. They take down the giants, and then later on, Usopp is able to convince these giants into joining them because they were tricked, actually. They were told that their captains were in prison at Enies Lobby. But really they weren't, because they met them way back at Little Garden. The Straw Hats, I mean by they. And they've been lied to for 50 years, and that's a long time. I would want proof that my captains were in prison, I guess, before I spent 100 years. I know the giants live 300 years, and he says like 100 years ain't nothing. That's a 1/3 of your life. I mean, for a regular human, that's like saying 30 years is nothing. 30 years is a long freaking time. And 100 years guarding this thing for the Navy, of all people? Come on. Come on. Another thing that happens is once Lucy, and the rest of CP9 show up, and they all meet up, and they meet Zipper Mouth Fella. They beat him up a little bit to show him how strong they've become over this 5-year journey. Caulifla, Kaku, and Blueno all punch him. And he kind of gives them a Fukuro, gives them a little bit of a 6-power skill test ranking. And Caulifla ranks at power level 630. They use the word power level 630. Blueno is 820. Kaku is 2,200, and Luki is over 4,000, or just 4,000. So either way, none of them could stand a chance against even Nappa from Dragon Ball, because their power levels are just not there yet. But they're pretty there. I mean, I know that's not the same as Dragon Ball, but it's interesting they use this power level system. So then they show a whole ranking of Rob, Luki, Kaku, Jabra, Blueno, Kamudari, Fukuro, and Caulifla being the bottom. I can't believe Caulifla is the weakest of the group. I don't think that should be right. That's sexist. And it's really funny that she keeps calling people out for being sexist. And it makes a lot of sense. I don't think she should be that low. I mean, it at least could have made her number 6 or number 4, somewhere in the middle. Give her a bone here. She's kicked ass and taken names with that thorned whip of hers. I mean, come on. Come on. Another cool thing that happens is both Caulifla and our friend Kaku both get a devil fruit of their own. I know Blueno and Rob have a devil fruit ability. So now that Kaku has got one, I'm very excited to see Kaku's devil fruit ability. And I've said this a couple times. I really liked him when he wasn't a villain, and I feel like he was so nice. Maybe he's not so terrible. He seemed to like Polly. I don't know. He seemed, I could be completely wrong, but it seemed like he wasn't so terrible, and he was just following orders. I could be wrong. And now Cauliflower, I couldn't imagine what her devil fruit ability is going to be. I gotta assume that some of these dudes are gonna die. We can't keep letting villains survive. There's gonna be a horde of villains, especially villains like this, government villains that aren't gonna be thrown in prison for life. At least the pirate villains are going to be taken care of by the Navy. But these are Navy villains. You let them live, they'll come back at you. These are superhuman villains. The Six Powers, they're little superheroes. They're going to come back at you stronger, better than ever. So I'm assuming that some of these members of the CP9 are going to die one way or another. Either way, Luffy's still kicking ass, taking names. We meet a dude named the Three-Headed Baskerville Chief Justice of Enies Lobby. Basically the judge. Dude's got 3 heads. And almost somewhat of a giant. He's not as big as a giant, but he's somewhat of a giant. I want to know where this dude came from. Will we meet an island of 3-headed people that are pretty damn tall? I'm interested. I think it's really cool. Wouldn't it be sick if a member of the Straw Hats had 3 heads? It'd be like getting 3 people in one. I don't know. Kind of like Twice from My Hero Academia. They have 3 different personalities of the same person. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. I'd love to go to a 3-headed person island. Where'd this dude come from? Why? Is it just 3 people inside of a suit? I don't know. It's interesting, though. He seems pretty dangerous, but I guess he's not that dangerous if he's not part of CP9. But he's ready to fight. He's ready to take names. The Giants get taken down, like I mentioned, but Usopp eventually talks to them and gets them to join the pirate crew, ready to rock. They were tricked this whole time. Now that the Straw Hats have some Giants on their team, it's gonna be something. Also, our boys Sanji, Zoro, Chopper, they all head in as aces and just start kicking ass. None of these Marines stand an absolute chance against these 3. And Chopper's the weakest of the group, really, because Nami pulls out an electric thunderbolt, shocking attack that hits everybody, including friendly members like Sanji and Zoro, and it was really funny because they get shocked, and Zoro's like, "What'd you do that for, Nami?" And Sanji's like, "I just recalled the electricity I felt for you the first time we met." I thought that's funny. Sanji is so funny. Sanji is the best kind of perverted chivalrous knight, because he doesn't, I don't know, he's really good at what he does. Sanji's hilarious, hands down. And they're just badasses. When Zoro puts the headband on, when Sanji lights his cigarette, and they're ready to kick ass and take names. Either way, the Franky family fly in with their giant seahorses. I cannot remember what they're called. They come in, they're going nuts. They've got the Straw Hats on their back. They're taking the King Bulls all the way to the top, where Luffy's basically laid the waste of the Marines head to head. I mean, he's on his way. I can't believe he's not already at that point. There is a point where the leader of the CP9 with the face mask thingy, asshole face, that condemned Tom, he punches Nico Robin, queen of One Piece, Nico Robin, in the face. Instantly, what a piece of shit. I gotta say, Nico Robin is gotta be one of my favorite female anime characters of all time. All time. She's so capable, so ready to kick ass and take names. It's one of these things. I know this is a weird thing where she's super afraid of the Buster Call, and her whole family was eradicated. The people of an island that didn't really like her were eradicated. All the archaeologists that she loved were eradicated. And she doesn't want to see this happen to the Straw Hats, and that's why she's being weak right now. But otherwise, she's usually kicking ass, breaking necks. She's usually breaking necks. And not afraid to kill anybody that gets in her way. She's usually like a silent assassin. Either way, the crew keeps going. Obviously, they are trying to catch up to Luffy, who's basically at the doorstep of the CP9. But that's when Blueno, who notices the snail is off the hook this whole time, decides to go check out what's going on and runs right into Luffy. And this is like the perfect way to test. That's why they should have made Blueno the weakest of the group and then made Caulifla a little stronger. They made it seem like Caulifla was the weakest, but maybe that was before she had her devil fruit. So maybe now that she's got her devil fruit ability, she could be considered stronger than Blueno with his door ability, which he uses in this fight with Luffy very well, to be honest. He like slaps his face and it starts spinning around. Very funny Three Stooges type gag attack. Another thing with these bulls, these fish bull things, these giant seahorses, they are amazing. They crush these damn Navy men. They're super. They get killed. I think they get killed. I assume because this is One Piece and nobody dies in One Piece that they will be fine. But they basically sacrifice their lives so that the Straw Hats can live and keep going forward and meet up with Luffy at the front gates of CP9 of Enies Lobby. And I really do hope that their death is permanent, because it was very sad reading their deaths and just telling Chopper to tell the crew just to keep going forward. They sacrificed themselves because they believe in the Straw Hats, that they will save Frankie, someone who they believe in, someone who they love, and I thought that was really cool. And I hope that their deaths are permanent, even though they're not like main characters or anything. They're just like side animal things. Just felt like that. It felt like a real earned death, even though that we just really got to know these giant fishbowl things. Either way, we get back to Blueno versus Luffy, and Blueno's saying, "You have no chance here. We fought before, back at Water 7. And I thought the exact same thing. I was thinking, you guys haven't done any training. In most anime, 9 times out of 10, they will go on a training journey, a path to power. Like, they will go learn from a new sensei, or at least go off on their own, or pair up and go train somewhere for 30 days at the bare minimum, get in fighting shape. Luffy decides, no, I'm just gonna punch harder, or I'm just gonna move faster. He starts basically attempting to copy the CP9 six abilities, is what I get from it. He starts copying them and punching harder and moving faster. He basically tells Blueno that after fighting you guys the first time, it made me realize that I can become stronger, that there's so much more to speed and power, and I just need to turn it up a notch. Not that I need to practice or anything. Like, this is like the first time Luffy has gotten an opportunity to do this. I assume he's still not... I know he's made of rubber, but I am assuming he's still not rested up from the first time they fought. Like I said, I do really feel bad for Gamora and the, oh God, what are these things? Sodomu, the damn bulls that got killed by the Navymen. Like I said, I want to bring this up again. I hope their deaths are permanent, but I assume they won't be, because this is One Piece and everybody that's good survives. Even most of the villains survive. Either way, the Straw Hats are getting closer and closer. Luffy's going head to head with Blueno. He actually starts kicking his ass, predicting this dude's fighting style at this point. Kaku and Caulifla eat their devil fruits, and we still don't know what their abilities are. I'm very excited. Kaku's devil fruit looked like a banana. Do you have to eat the entire... I got a question for you guys. Do you have to eat the entire devil fruit for it to work? Or can you eat, like, just a part of it? Is it possible to eat a part of it? Like, if I'm correct, Buggy and Luffy swallowed theirs whole. Are they, like, pretty solid? It looked like they were eating them... looked like Caulifla was eating it with a fork. So I'm assuming you can cut it up. I'm assuming they taste terribly. I really did like this Blueno fella. I like the way he fought using this door fruit. At first when I saw it, I was like, so he can push his body up against the wall and turn it into a door shaped like himself? That seems pretty lame. And now you can never swim again? But then when he started making doors out of thin air and then out of people's faces, it made me think, okay, never mind. It can do a whole lot more than that. Honestly, my favorite two devil fruit abilities that I've seen so far are Nico Robin's and Luffy's. The Gum Gum and whatever hers is, where she can summon body parts out of people. I think that's dope as shit. She can make multiple arms and use them as like a grappling hook. And then I would say my third would have to be Buggy, the Chop Chop. That's just dope. I really can't wait to see Buggy again. I can't believe it's been this long. I don't know. It's been like 100 chapters since we've seen Buggy. Maybe longer. And he's seriously one of my favorite characters. There is a really cool picture in the manga of our boys Zoro and Sanji kicking ass, taking names. There's a few times where Zoro gets lost and he just decides to slice the roof above him to get to where he needs to get. He keeps getting... They're like, go up the stairs, and he goes up the wrong stairs. There's a part where Yokozuna, the frog, is kicking ass and taking names, and he eventually gets overwhelmed, but then the giants show up and help him out, and they're like, man, this frog's pretty tough, which is pretty cool if you think about it. So we haven't even got... This is the whole reason I wanted to break up this review, because we're only a few chapters away here, but we haven't even talked about Nico Robin's backstory. But otherwise, before we get to that, Zoro, Sanji, Chopper, they lay waste to more members of the Navy. Nobody of note. Luffy beats the shit out of Blueno, wins that fight, finds a way. He starts smoking. There's a point where Luffy starts smoking and he says Gear 2. And I was thinking, oh no, what if he has a transformation like in Dragon Ball? Like, I don't want some Super Saiyan bullshit. I hope whatever he's doing with the smoking makes sense. You know what I mean? So he's got to use his Gum Gum abilities, right? And he's also trying to use these 6 powers. He's trying to pick up speed, I guess, and increase his strength out of thin air. Either way, he's got to utilize his Gum Gum abilities, right, to make this work. So I'm assuming he's heating up his body somehow, and that's where the smoke's coming from. And because does he smell like burnt rubber? Is that the smoke that's coming out of his body? I don't know. It was really interesting. He pulls out a pose where he's got one arm all flexed and one arm posed out at the opponent. I don't know. I thought it was cool. He does the jet pistol. Like, it almost seemed like an air pulse bullet at Blueno. He kicks his ass a few more times. Blueno runs away, tries to catch him again. Gum Gum jet bazooka. There was a really cool part where he hits Blueno right in the gut with the jet bazooka. Blueno's standing there like, oh my god, I can't believe this dude's still standing. And then he falls face first, like a delayed effect. And he's done. Blueto's out of it. I assume he's done. Unless he is going to fight Nami or something. Or Usopp. Maybe he's going to be like a weakened member of CP9 to fight one of the weaker members of the Straw Hats, is my guess. Because I truly can't imagine Nami fighting any member of CP9 except as a support member. I feel like it's going to be Sanji, Chopper, and Zoro and Luffy kicking their asses. That's just a guess. Either way, quickly, we get into Nico Robin's backstory. There's this whole mini story going on called Miss Golden Week's Plan, a Baroque Works reunion that's been going on in the cover pictures that they have going on there, and I'm excited for that. I hope they go into more depth there, because now we're seeing these guys back together. I mean, I love Mr. 2, I love Mr. 5, I'm a big fan of Miss Valentine. I'm hoping that they all get back together and they become good guys, and we get to see them again as like a pirate crew of their own. I don't know, maybe the Baroque Pirates? Shit, I'm in it to win it. Either way, Luffy wins. There's this really funny part where Frankie blows up his butt, and it looks like he said he's gonna self-destruct, but really it's like this fart jet that he gets him and Nico Robin away from the Navy temporarily so she can talk to Luffy, and she's telling him, no, I want to die. I want to die. Why don't you get through your thick rubber skull? I don't want to be part of your crew. Get the F out of here, you bitch. And then we see the CP9 stand up there all together without Blueno, ready to fight with all their black clothes on, looking down there. Zipper Face is there. They're like, what are they doing here? Don't they know they're going to lose? Either way, we quickly get into the Nico Robin backstory, but before that we get a really sick pose from the Straw Hats: Chopper, Sanji, Sniper King, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, all lined up at the gates of Enies Lobby, ready to kick ass and take names, and it's just epicness personified. I cannot wait to see this part in the anime. I know you're going to hear the classic bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, bum. Bum. Either way, we're in the Nico Robin backstory. We've realized Nico Robin is hated by her friends and family. So I'm like, well, fuck them. Maybe they did get killed by this Buster Call, but they're calling Nico Robin the best female anime character of all time a monster. Just because she can summon hands out of her body and other places, and I'm assuming other body parts. But I don't know, when did she eat a devil fruit? Do they ever explain that? Can you write that down in the comments? When did Nico Robin get her devil fruit abilities? Who gave her a devil fruit? Was it an accident? They don't explain it in this backstory. Either way, she's basically Cinderella? I don't know. Kind of felt the Cinderella vibes-ish. Her mom left, so she's stuck with her bitch of an aunt and uncle, who basically make her eat bread and jam. But she does have a cool, family of archaeologists and historians. There's this dude named Professor Clover, who's basically been her teacher, teaching her how to decipher history. She wants to learn about the past of the 100-year gap, and they're like, no, you can't do that, even though we're doing that secretly, and you can't, because you're too young, and it's dangerous. Either way, I feel like they should have been... I know they didn't know that the Buster Call was coming, but eventually they do, and it feels like they should have... She would have been the perfect person to get away with some information that they had, because no one would suspect a little 8-year-old girl could learn all this history, and she's super smart. That's another thing. Nico Robin was super smart at 8 years old. She runs into a giant named Saul. Better call Saul. This giant cat, he says, I'm a nice giant. We're not all terrible. Turns out this giant's a member of the Navy. What? Blew my mind. Didn't expect that. But he turned on the Navy, joined Nico Robin's mom. They escaped. Nico Robin's mom is also on the island at the same time. There's a point where Nico Robin and Nico Robin's mom pass each other. Saul tells Nico Robin that this island's going to be destroyed. You need to go warn everybody. Olivia, her mom, is also warning everybody. Shit's about to go down. They're going to destroy this whole island. The government shows up, and this is 20 years ago, and they show up. They're telling everybody, if you're not part of the archaeologists, get on a boat. We're taking you away. And I'm like, at least the government is taking the regular people away. But I can't believe they're killing all these smart people. They could use at least a few of them. Why wouldn't the government work with these archaeologists? Like, let's work together. I'll tell you what's okay and what's not okay. There must be something in these poneglyphs they don't want us to know. Don't spoil it in the comments, but tell me that there's still so much more that even 1,000 chapters in, we still don't know about these damn poneglyphs. I want to know everything about them at this point. We meet Kuzan, the Iceman, the dude we met before, but this is young man, ice fella. He's actually pretty nice. He lets Nico Robin leave this damn destruction, this Buster Call, the only survivor, because the people that they let leave the island actually get killed by one of the members of the Navy as well. I'm not sure exactly who. He seemed kind of important. I think they were teasing something there, because they were like, the ice dude was like, I'm not like that guy. He's a piece of shit. But they killed everybody on this island, not just the archaeologists, everybody. There is a point where Nico Robin's mom is being taken away, and she's pretending like Nico Robin isn't her daughter. And her daughter's yelling, I'm your daughter, you gotta remember me, what the fudge? She looks just like Nico Robin, her mom. And I've learned how to read the poneglyphs. Like, she yells everything you should not yell right in front of the damn Navy, which is fair. She's 8 years old, regardless. They pushes the golden transponder snail. Shit starts to light on fire. Explosions are happening. Robin's crying consistently. Her mom's like, I can't go with you. You need to go with Saul. Get out of here. They run away. They try to save some books. I'm not sure what is going to happen with those books that get saved. Saul saves Nico Robin. It's pretty wild. It's pretty sad. I know this review of only half of Enies Lobby is getting pretty long here, so I want to wrap it up. Nico Robin gets away. She's on the run. Thanks to Iceman of the Navy. He saves her. Our boy Saul dies. This dude, Sakazuki, is the one who killed all the innocent people of this island. All these pieces of shit who called Nico Robin a monster. So I'm glad they're dead. You know, people die in flashbacks all the time in One Piece, but they sure don't die during the current time. I'd like to know why. Is it all a dream? Don't tell me it's all a dream. Either way, Nico Robin gets away. She joins up with different pirate crews. She helps old ladies, but they're all turning her in for her bounty, which is huge. She eventually joins up with Crocodile at some point. I don't know how long she's with Crocodile, but we get to that point. We get back to current times. Nico Robin's still bitching about not wanting to go. Luffy's like, well, fuck you. Sniper King, shoot down that flag. And now, Nico Robin, if you want to die, you can die some other time, because you're not dying today. We're gonna save you, whether you want us to or not. So I need you to tell me that you want to live. And then she eventually screams out, I want to live! Crying just like she did when she's a child. Just like her mother said, you gotta live, Nico Robin. You gotta live. And I have a feeling she's gonna live. And I'm excited. I'm Mr. Morfetto. What do you guys think of this? It's about to go down. We've got the Straw Hats versus the damn CP9. They've set it up. They're all lined up. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna live? Who's gonna die? Someone's gotta die here, especially that bastard who leads the CP9 with the weird mask. I hate him because he punched Nico Robin in the face. What do you guys think of Enies Lobby? At least this part of Enies Lobby. In my next review, I will be finishing my Enies Lobby review. And I'll let you guys know what I think of the finals. I feel like this next half is gonna be insane. We've got all these battles lined up. The Straw Hats are about to bring it on, and I just can't contain myself. I'm about to start reading it tonight. I will talk to you later.